Hello and welcome. My name is Tavishima Ayede. I'm a former lawyer turned business consultant, and what I do here every day is I try to solve business problems. Now, the business problems we're going to be looking at today is, should I say is or are, we're going to be looking at the right kind of soft skills that you need for business growth as an SME. So, small and medium scale enterprise. Now, when we say soft skills, it's usually in contrast or distinction to hard skills. So hard skills are the competencies or the knowledge-based, fact-based things that you need to know. So law, medicine, engineering, specific techniques, things like that. Those will be required to be hard skills. So let's say you are an accountant. The hard skills would be, debit and credit, profit and loss, accrual versus actual, on and on and on. All those things. Those would be the hard skills. Hard skills. Then the soft skills would be, for an accountant, how to, leadership. So that an accountant to know how to lead people in the department. Let's see what else. Teamwork. So that the accountant will know how to manage his team. Let's see what else. And I'm sure you guys get the distinction. So some things are regarded as hard skills and some things are regarded as soft skills. And there are some of you who have rightfully discerned that you need certain kinds of soft skills to be successful in business. So you have discerned that there are some things that they did not teach you in school, that you didn't get a certificate for, that don't have to show up on your CV or whatever, but you need them in order to be successful in business. Now, that is the crux of a conversation that I had with a podcast listener whose name is Bami Shaye. His nickname is Bams. So Bami Shaye or Bams reached out. Okay, by the way, Bami Shaye, sorry that this podcast episode is coming right now. I had a couple of things to do, so I'm still trying to deal with some of the backlog. Excuse me. So, Bami Shai, aka Bams, he's into network marketing and tech, and he wanted to know what kind of some skills, how do I put it, how to acquire some skills that will help him grow as a business person. But before we go into that, there are a few things that I want to mention. Oh, by the way, if you'd love to connect with me, just like Bami Shaye did, you can call me, send me a text message or a WhatsApp message on 080-6466-2140. Then if you don't like listening to long podcast episodes, send me a message. I'll add you to the WhatsApp group. On the WhatsApp group, you will get short PDFs every single day. PDF summaries, 5 pages maximum. But they're written to be short so that you can digest it in about 3 to 5 minutes. So you can figure out what was discussed on the podcast episode and what the key takeaways are and any things immediately that you need to apply to your business. So you can be reading the short PDFs every single day. Then when you have free time, you can come back here and then listen to the longer episode. So that's a convenient way to keep learning if you value the kind of things that we talk about over here. Then, of course, apologies because this is a weekend recording. The family's home, wifey is home, everybody's home. So there definitely will be some noise in the background. Okay. Now, before we begin now, Bami Shaye, before I try and answer your question, you and we need to have a very frank discussion. I should have said this on WhatsApp first. Sorry about that. The usual, recovering from a cold. And apart from that, the last couple of days, I've had coaching sessions back to back and then podcast recordings as well. So my voice is short for now. So, Amisha, I confess, this is something I should have told you first in WhatsApp before saying it over here. So don't feel ambushed that I didn't tell you first in private before saying it now in public. However, it's not the kind of thing that if I open your bomb on, it's not as if it's a disgrace. So let's just continue. But just know that I'm saying this not just for your benefit, but for the benefit of other people who are listening to the podcast today, especially people who are discovering the podcast today and people who want to use WhatsApp as a tool for growing their businesses today. So I'm saying it for their own benefit. Then Bamishaye, I also crave your indulgence, just in case I say anything and the language I use is too harsh. I beg, no vex. I'm not trying to drag you. I'm just trying to say things. I'm trying to lay very strong emphasis on some things so that you will get some points, and also so that some people will get some points as well, and so that they will address their F up before it gets out of hand. So apologies in advance if I use strong language. Okay, so Bamishaye, you suppose optimize your WhatsApp business profile. Bamishaye and I, we've been chatting on WhatsApp. Of course, he has a WhatsApp business profile, which is the sharp thing to do as any Nigerian in business, because, we all use WhatsApp for business purposes. And the beauty about WhatsApp business over regular WhatsApp is WhatsApp business allows you to create a catalog. It allows you to create menus. It allows you to put photos, descriptions, about whatever it is that you sell. So let's say you're an architect. Since I started with architects, let's say you're an architect now, all right? With the regular WhatsApp, the best you can do is put it in your bio, I'm an architect. But then with WhatsApp business, you don't only put I'm an architect. You'll be able to create a catalog, and then you'll be able to put picture. Put picture there. You snap picture. And then you'll be showing, things that you've designed that have been built. This design, this design, this design, this design. For the ones that have not been built, you can even put a picture of your, floor plans and things like that, So somebody can open up your WhatsApp business profile, and then it's not just as if it's WhatsApp again. It's almost as if it's a mini website. They will see that you're into accounting. They will see some of the projects that you've worked on. They will see some of the services that you offer, and you'll be able to put pictures of stuff. Okay, I don't know if you can put videos. I'll check if videos can go up on WhatsApp business. So you can use your WhatsApp business profile sort of like a mini website. So if you don't have website, no problem. For now, just be using WhatsApp business as your small website. People say, oh, what do? You give them your elevator pitch. From there, you send them link to your WhatsApp business profile, or you send them link to your catalog. They can open the catalog, you'll see it as a link, then they'll just be scrolling and say, oh, this is what this architect does. This is his area of specialty. So, Mr. Bamishaye, you have been taking good use, all right, of your WhatsApp business profile, but you have to optimize it. There's one or two things you got to tweak. Then Bamishaye says he's in network marketing and tech, so I also want us to explore what network marketing is. So, Bamishaye, I'll get to your question, all right? But the thing is, there are some newbies, some people who are just discovering this podcast today. There are some things that I want them to hear first before we move on to your question. So just be patient, I beg. So, BAMs and other people who are listening for the first time, when we say optimize, or rather when I say optimize your business WhatsApp business profile or your Google My Business profile, what I'm saying is make the thing look appealing, make the thing look sweet, make the thing look endearing. Let people see it. Let them understand who you are, what you do. Let them be curious. Let them click again. Let them scroll. You understand? We're trying to bring people in. Okay? So, part of that, remember, it's not just the looking sweet part, because we all understand the part of looking sweet. So we take nice pictures. Then we get people to design a nice banner and then all of that. But it's not just a matter of picture and then banner. It goes beyond. So, BAMs, your picture is sweet. Your banner is sweet. Everything is sweet. The place where you F up is this whole thing of make it easy for people to understand who you are and what you do. Unfortunately, BAMs, my brother, Bamishaye, your WhatsApp business profile talks a lot about digital advertising. I scroll, digital advertising. Okay, no problem. Digital advertising. But BAMS, you told me you're trying to grow a network marketing business. That is what you told me. You want to grow a network marketing business. So that is what you're trying to do. You're trying to grow a network marketing business. But from the moment anybody sends you a message on WhatsApp and they decide, oh, who is this guy? Self? Let me click and see. What they will see is digital advertising. They will not see network marketing. So your WhatsApp, the thing is supposed correlate. You understand? If you're about growing a network marketing business, then what's all this stuff about digital advertising? Except if me, I'm not the one who is understanding. But just in case anybody is listening to the podcast and you think, oh, I'm the one that is confused, there's a correlation, then please send me a message 080-6466-2140. Just let me know that I'm the one who is missing the plot. So, which is it? Digital advertising or are you into network marketing? Decide. That is part of optimizing. Any of you who send me a message, if you go on if you look at my podcast, then if you look at my WhatsApp business, in fact, to be honest, I haven't even optimized my WhatsApp business because my profile is not really sweet. Let me be honest. But the thing is, you can't look at my WhatsApp business profile and be confused about what I do. You can't be confused. In fact, for some people, it is so clear that it turns them off. Some people are like, status update, always business, 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 business. Can't you update about something? I'm like, no, I can. But when I do, like I notice, like if it's anything about my wife or children, the thing gets lots of views. But what I, do about business, people don't pay attention. But, I'm not here to talk about my wife and my kids. I'm trying to make some money here. So, if you hook up with me on WhatsApp, it will be painfully obvious what I do and what I'm about. And it's the same thing. When people get on your WhatsApp business profile or your Google My Business profile, it should be painfully clear. It should be painfully obvious. It should be hard to miss. Even a blind man should be able to see that, oh, this is what this person does. Okay, so network marketing now. What is network marketing? Network marketing, that's for those of you who are listening for the first time. Sometimes people refer to it as multi-level marketing. It just means different levels. So, Bamishai, Mr. Bams, if you're into multi-level marketing, I have a small confession for you. You're not a business person yet. Okay? Terms are important, and this is why. If you use the right term, you use it well, you'll be thinking correctly. There's some people who say I'm a businessman, and I have to correct them that no, you're not a businessman, you're self-employed. They'll say, what's the difference? I'll say, look, self-employed is somebody who is doing hustle. The problem with hustle is the day you stop hustling, the thing won't work. Like me, I'm self-employed, I'm doing hustle. If I decide I'm not recording podcast episode again, and I'm not chasing after anybody again, my business will die. So what I'm doing is hustle. I'm self-employed. I'm not a business owner. And a lot of you who call yourselves business owner, you're not a business owner. Now also you did. You're self-employed. You're doing handwork. It's not a business yet. A business owner is someone who has built systems around whatever it is that they do such that the thing can function without them. So when I get to the stage where I build an agency and I have maybe 6, 7, 8, 10 consultants under me, process is day in place. Somebody answers the phone, the podcast continues going, whether I show up or not. Customers are attended to, whether I'm on my honeymoon or not. When it gets to that level, I'm a business person now because I don't have to be there. If my son calls me up and it's like, Dad, what's up? I'm like, hey, I'm good, boy. What's going on? I say, nothing much. Let's go and climb mountains in Switzerland. I say, no problem. Let's go off to Switzerland. When I get to that stage where my boys and I, we can go camping in Switzerland, we'll go and climb mountains and all that. When I reach that stage, I'm a business person. I can disappear. Nothing will happen. It's like Dangote. If Dangote decide to miss for 3 months now, no problem. Refinery is still functioning. Sugar factory is still functioning. Spaghetti factory is still functioning. Cement factory is still functioning. Everything is still functioning, even if he decides to go away. But then there's also another Nigerian billionaire, on the other hand, who has to be present. If the guy say he will miss for 3 months, everything will crumble. Unfortunately, Oga, I won't call his name. Unfortunately, Oga, you can't really say you're a business person. Because if you're not there, things will not move. So let's be clear. So, Bamishai, when you are a multi-level marketer, you're not a business person. Oh. Because what you're doing is you're a licensed reseller or you are a distributor. Somebody else owns the product and then you are a part of the distribution chain. You are a licensed reseller. You are a distributor. You're not a business person yet. So, if there's anything you need to learn to move your hustle forward, you should be learning about that. How to be much more effective as a licensed reseller, how to be much more effective as a distributor, how to be properly engaged as a multi-level marketer. Those are the kind of things you should be looking at. You haven't entered business person status yet. However, it is my prayer and it is my supreme hope that me and all of us listening, we will migrate from hustle and will enter business person. Because that's the place to be. So that if your babe calls you up and say, honey, where are you? You say, I'm here. So let's just enter Mauritius like 2 weeks. You disappear, you come back, business is still fine. That's the place to be. Or if you're a woman, you're tired, you don't vex. You say, hubby, where are you? You say, I'm here. So, you know what? I haven't seen my parents in 6 months. Let's go home and go and see them for 3 weeks. You just disappear like that. You come back, the business is still there. So that's the way forward. We'll all be business people in Jesus' name. All right. So, those are the things, Mr. Bams, that I wanted the newcomers to hear first. You suppose optimize your your WhatsApp business profile. Optimize it. Make the thing look sweet, alluring. Then it should be clear. This is what I do, or this is what I want to do. No mistake. Very, very clear. Then, okay. Also, be clear on what it is you're doing. If you do also, don't say you're a business person. You're not yet a business person. All right? If you want to be a founder, but you're not a founder, don't call yourself founder yet. Like you haven't started anything. You haven't founded anything. You will be founder in Jesus' name, but you haven't started yet. So relax. Right? Don't call yourself investor, meanwhile, they invest anything. Like you want to be an investor, you will get there. But for now, you're not there yet. All right? So, yeah, just let's be clear. But the goal is all of us must be business people. We'll get there. So, Bamishai, you think you have a couple of problems in your business, right? No problem. Bams thinks that one of the problems he has is time management. Another problem he thinks he has is personal leadership. He thinks he's overwhelmed and not able to expand. And then he had questions for what should he do. He says he's preparing to learn how to stay productive. And of course, for those of you who've been listening for a long time, Bams, I'm not trying to drag you. You already know my feeling on these things. You're preparing to learn. Preparing to learn is not the same thing as preparing to start. And then starting is not the same thing as preparing to start. So this one that you're preparing to learn, and of course you will learn before you start. Wahala. Anyway, so he wants to prepare to learn for how to stay productive. So if I understand, Bams, if I understand correctly, this is a summary of all the issues that we mentioned in our WhatsApp chat. But just in case I missed anything, after I listen to this podcast episode, send me a message and I can make a rejoinder or clarification. Because, I'm not perfect. I'm not God. So definitely I'll make mistake somewhere. So, let's continue. Now, this thing about time management. I can't remember where I came across this thing. I think it was this guy. What's his name now? This guy. This senior man. What's his name now? Covey, yes. Stephen Covey. There are two of them. One is Stephen R. Covey. Another one is Stephen Covey or something like that. Now, it's not the same guy. It's father and son. Somehow, father and son just ended up doing the same thing. So just in case, you're talking to someone and the person says Stephen Covey, another person says Stephen R. Covey. It's not the same person. It's father and son. But I can't remember who wrote that book anyway. But in that particular book, whether it's Stephen Covey or Stephen R. Covey, I think it's Habits of Highly Effective People or something like that. I can't remember because I was a tiny embryo when my father gave me the book to read. So the guy in that book that senior man. What he said is there is no such thing as time management because time comes and goes, whether we like it or not. Time is going. So you can't say you're managing the time because you have no control over it and the thing is just going on its own. The time just they go, just they run. So there's no such thing as time management. So what Stephen Covey or Stephen R. Covey or whoever was the author of that particular book, what the person said is what we should be looking at is self-management. Me, I am here. I can see myself. I can feel myself. I have control over myself. So I just suppose I should focus on self-management. Time management, forget that thing does not exist. Self-management, yeah, that's what I should be doing. So, if you're going to manage yourself, Mr. Bams, one thing I'll urge you to do from a sales and business development perspective, because remember, for those of you who have been listening for a long time, and then for those of you discovering the podcast today, I solve business problems, yes, but my area of expertise is sales. That is my area of expertise. So I always try and solve any single problem from a sales perspective. All right? I'm telling you ahead of time. Okay? Then there'll be some disciplines that I have absolutely no knowledge about. And I will tell you guys. Like that first person, this was many years ago, who by the time we started talking, it turned out what she has is an accounting problem because it was a cash flow problem. So I had to tell her, and I mentioned it over here on the podcast, that look, this one is a cash flow something. So it's not someone like me you should talk to. You look for someone else. Now, from a sales and business development perspective, when we start feeling as if, time management, self-management, what is going on? What we need to do is we need to adopt one discipline called time blocking. Time blocking just means you set aside a chunk of time that you do one thing and one thing only. That is time blocking. Then the second thing is no matter any other thing that is you're supposed to do in your business, there are some activities that we call revenue generating activities. Revenue generating activities just means the things that we do that bring in money. So time blocking, number one, revenue generating activities. Number two, what we'll now do is we'll time block for revenue generating activities and then we'll do those things first in the day. As in we must do those ones. Anyhow. Before we do anything else. Because from the point of sales, all right, and business development, business growth, if we're not bringing in the money, then what are we doing? Honestly, if we're not bringing in the money, what are we doing? We're just wasting time. With a form activity, you get. So nice business profile, nice website, nice this, correct suit, nice watch. Everybody will be looking at you from outside, be like, this guy is a correct guy. But meanwhile, no money is not coming in. So what are we doing? We're deceiving ourselves. So, anytime they have any kind of confusion, like, what's going on? Time management, self-leadership, self-management. Just know that the answer is time blocking and then revenue generating activities. So you tell yourself, starting from 8:30 until 11:30 every day, I'm going to do revenue generating activities and we'll do this in every single day. So by the time you're doing that, you're getting some traction in the business, money don't they flow. You see that all these issue, time management, personal leadership, self-management, where's my life going? You see that all that stress will come down because money don't they flow, small. So time blocking, then revenue generating activities, right? So up to you, fix your own time block. Traditionally in sales, I've told you how it is. You book it early. There's some people who try to be strong and then they'll say they'll do it later in the afternoon. Like one lady, she said she would do her own time blocking for calls. She'll do it 1 to 3 o'clock every day. I was looking at her. I said, okay, no problem. And it turned out exactly as I had planned. 1 to 3 o'clock every day. You don't know that that's when things come up. You'll be hungry. Let me go and eat something. Before you know it is 2 o'clock. By the time you get back to the office, there's fufu in your belly. So the food will now digest. It's already 2:30. So you will call from what? From 2:30 to 3. You're not helping yourself. Or you're gingered. You're ready. It's 1 o'clock. You sit down. Then your guy will say, Sandra. You say, sir. You say, come into the office. Before you know it, by the time you and Oga are talking back and forth, arguing, whatever, before you know it, the time is already 2:45. How you do it now? You call from 2:45 to 3 o'clock. What kind of progress will you make? Or you say, it's 1 o'clock now, I'm ready, I'm motivated, let me start my calling. Then the customer will now call you and say, hey, I have this problem with this order, this problem with that order. Then she will take up like 1 hour of your time. Half the time is gone. What will you now do? So honestly speaking, I know some of you like to be Superman, Superwoman. Be honest with yourself. Just fix it for early in the morning. That's when we stand the chance of doing something. If it's 9 to 11 every day, we stand the chance of getting some stuff done. So please, don't be forming Superman. Don't be forming Superwoman. I'm telling you. 8:30 all the way up to 11, maybe 12. I mean, however it is you want to do it. Even if you want to say you only just 30 minutes every day, 8:30 to 9, no problem. Then let it be 8:30 to 9 every single day. Time blocking. Then what you should be doing, revenue generating activities. Please and please and please, don't be checking your email when you do time blocking. I beg. Except if email is a revenue generating activity for you. There are some people, email marketers that them being in their inbox, that's them generating revenue. If that's the case, by all means, my brother, be in your inbox. Well, in fact, put on do not disturb on your phone, close the curtains, so that your neighbors can't disturb you. Then stay in your inbox because for you, that's a revenue generating activity. So, Mr. Bams, for you, a revenue generating activity is just basically two things. Selling inventory, because you're a network marketer, so that means you're selling something. Like, what are these people again? I can't remember. I can't remember. Chai, my brain went blank. But anyway, they have something that they are selling. Okay, whether it's all those medicines that will help with hypertension, pimples, blood blockage, stress relief, whatever it is they're selling, they have the thing that they are selling. So, Mr. Bams, first thing in the morning, time blocking, 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, whatever inventory that we're selling, whatever market we're moving, how are we moving this market? That's the first concern. Then, after that, recruiting people to your downline. I say downline, your downline, your downline, because that's how network marketing works. If you don't recruit people to your downline, you won't really grow. You'll be getting commission. You'll be getting commission on the one that you sell. But then the sweet money comes when you put people in your downline. Then you're collecting their commission. All right. So you're selling, you're making commission. Good. You now recruit 5 people under you. You're taking from their own commission. Good. Those 5 people, if they do a good job, maybe they put three people under them. You're collecting a piece of that commission as well. So commission on each level. That's where the sweet money comes from. So, Mr. Bams, that's what you do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Pick a time block, 9 to 11. Between that 9 and 11, you only focus the inventory. How are we selling this thing? And then people, how am I recruiting them? So maybe you can do 9 to 10, selling the inventory. And then 10 to 11, recruitment. So maybe, let's say it's like Forever Living. And those people that used to make soap and cream. So maybe like your own is Forever Living. Okay, no problem. So 9 to 10, how we sell this Forever Living? Is it that I'm going from office to office? Okay, no problem. 9 to 10, I'm going from office to office. Or is it that I'm sitting in my office and I'm sending people messages on WhatsApp? I'm trying to sell my Forever Living. So that's what you do, 9 to 10. Then let's say 10 to 11 now, recruiting your downline. There are lots of people who try to recruit the downline by using content marketing strategies. You put out content, people are interested, they reach out to you, how can I get involved? Then those people become your downline. So if content marketing is a significant part of your process, then 10 to 11, that's what you're doing. Videos, whether it's YouTube videos, TikTok videos, whatever. This is how you build wealth. This is how you do this. Forever Living is the master product, blah, 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 blah. All those videos. So that people will see you and say, seriously, you're making millions. Is that the way? How can I become a part of this thing? And then you recruit them, become part of your downline. By the way, I am not endorsing network marketing. In fact, I will not recommend, if this is your first time, that any of you get involved in network marketing. It's not as if it's bad, but we'll make another podcast episode about that later. There are some dangers. Network marketing sometimes is hard to distinguish from, what's this one called now? Forgotten this thing now. Something pyramid schemes. Okay? It's hard. It gets them mixed up. So there are lots of people who want to get involved in network marketing, but you're brand new. You don't know what's up. There's nobody to advise you. So you end up with a pyramid scheme and then you end up losing money. But then we'll talk about some of these things in a future podcast episode. But for those of you who are genuine network marketers, like Mr. Barnes, this is what you do. Time management does not exist. Self-management, that's the only thing we remain. So time blocking, then revenue generating activities. That's how we do things from a sales perspective. Then for this whole thing about personal leadership, I don't have expertise around these sorts of things. I'm not a leadership person. I'm not a John Maxwell person and all that. So follow people in the network marketing space and then you will learn more about that. Although, in my own opinion, I think personal leadership is a misnomer because you lead other people. You don't lead yourself. So, the people who have been talking personal leadership, but, they confuse me. Personal leadership, I'm leading myself. Okay. But anyway, that's not my area of competence. So go look elsewhere. But yes, Mr. Bams, you do need to learn how to manage relationships with your downline. So if you have a downline of 4 people, and those 4 people have downlines of maybe six people each, okay, you're in charge. You need to learn how to manage those people. So that's why I say go and follow people in the network marketing space. They're the ones who will teach you that this is how you recruit your downline. This is how you manage your downline. If there is quarrel in your downline, this is how you resolve it. Then you should also be reading material about sales management. Sales management is just the discipline around when you have people who are responsible for revenue, they have to go out and they have to bring in money or they have to bring in customer. There are certain disciplines, certain practices around how do we manage these people? How do we manage their performance? How do we track what they're doing? Are they even doing the right thing? The returns that are coming in, are they coming in at the right time? How can we up their production? How can we keep things going, going nice, going smooth? So those are some of the things you should be reading, Mr. Bams. So performance, sales management essentially. So you should be looking up lots of stuff about sales management. Yes, I talk about sales management once in a while. So anytime there's a podcast episode where we talk about things sales management related, you take those tips, those tricks, those skills, and you use it to manage people in your downline. Then, Bams, you also spoke about expanding or scaling. Now, I've said this a lot on the podcast. If you're a first-time listener, pay attention. Every single time you hear expanding or scaling, you are trying to leverage other people. You're trying to use other people. You're trying to take advantage of other people. You're trying to garner effort from other people. So you try and leverage people, try and leverage systems, try and leverage technology, and that is how you scale. I'm stressing this because there's some people who reach out to me who say they want to scale, but somehow they think they can scale as a one-man show. It cannot be done. You're a one-man show, you cannot scale. You're a one-woman gang, you cannot scale. Not possible. You the hustle, you can't scale. Not possible. So we need to start taking advantage of people, systems, technology, which is why I said, at some point I need to have some junior consultants under me. I need to recruit a team. I need to train a team. I need to come up with a standard operating procedure. I should be developing that now on how to look for customers, how to deal with clients, how to coach people effectively, things like that. I need all those things in place. When I have all those things in place and I recruit the team, I am beginning to expand or beginning to scale. So it's the same thing with you, Mr. Bams, Mr. Bamishayi. Recruit a team. In fact, you're in network marketing. They are expecting you to recruit a team. You need to recruit your downline. Then you will train them, which is also why I say follow people in the network marketing space so that you will learn work well. Whatever these people are selling, you will train them. This is the product. You will train them. This is how we market. You will train them. This is how we talk to people. You will train them. This is how we do presentation. You will train them. This is how we negotiate. You will train them. This is how we close. Train them well. But you have to recruit your team, then train them. Before you train them, next thing, systems. You suppose get standard operating procedure in place. Standard operating procedure just means you have thought through how you do all these things that I mentioned, and you have written it down somewhere on your phone, in a Google document, on a piece of paper, in a notebook. But it has to be somewhere that is not locked up in your head. If you have thought through all these things, excuse me, but it's locked up in your head, then you don't have a standard operating procedure. And some people will look to me and say, "Oh, guy, you have plenty of systems." It's not really a system, because the thing is in my head. So if I Pafuka today, it's gone because it was in my head. The day that I write it out, excuse me. So the day that I write it out, or that I put it in a Google Doc, or that I put it somewhere where other people in the business can access and apply the thing, good. Now we can say it's a system. While it's in your head, it's not a system. So, Mr. Bams, you need to be writing all these things down. So those are systems. You should be developing the systems now. Then you also have to give them technology that will help them manage the inventory and that will help them to sell well. So whether it's Forever Living or whatever it is you're selling, I'm sure that they already have some proprietary CRM, that's customer relationship management tool. Whether CRM, different kinds of softwares and all whatnot that they use. So, learn that thing well. So that's the answer to your question for expanding and scaling. Excuse me. So that's it. People, you need people. Go and recruit. Systems, start writing these things down. If you're not sure what the system should be, go and talk to your seniors or follow people in the network marketing space. They're the ones that will tell you, okay, that these are the systems. This is how you approach somebody. This is how you set up the meeting. This is how you do the presentation. This is how you try and close them. So they will tell you. So that's it. Then whatever technology they recommend, excuse me, whatever technology they recommend, use the technology. That's also another problem in network marketing. Too many of you come into the game and be like, I beg, I can do things better. You can do things better what? If you could have done it better, you would have already done it better. Somebody has taken the time, maybe like for Forever Living now, to create a system and how everything is supposed to operate. You now come here and be using your own idea. What idea? If you already had the idea, you won't be a part of this whole setup. So don't be too proud. Don't be too proud. When you come into a network marketing system, the system is there. Apply. Follow. They have already worked it out. Over years, they have already worked it out. Like take for instance Mary Kay. That's a network marketing organization that I would strongly recommend because it's not just about makeup. They're built around female empowerment. I remember being in the UK when you see a Mary Kay professional. I say when you see a Mary Kay professional, you see a woman looking like she's bulletproof. When you hear them talk, those people are trained. Correct salespeople there. So you don't enter Mary Kay and then start trying to I can do this better. No, do what better? These people have been selling since 1950, whatever, since before we were born. You now want to come and be using which kind of idea? The system is there. Enter and apply. If you don't like it, you leave. So it's the same thing. Forever Living, any other kind of, the system is the system. They've worked it out. If you don't like it, leave. Don't come inside and I want to change this, I can do this, no. The system is there. So if they tell you use this CRM, this is how you use that CRM, use it. Track your order like this, just use it. Don't think too much. If you think that's slavish thinking, and then network marketing is not for you, leave. Go and do something else. Don't try and reinvent the one that has already been there. The same thing about franchises. Some of you buy a franchise and then you start doing some kind of things like Mr. Big's franchise. I think that's where they lost it. You start putting some kind things in Mr. Big's, like Ofe and Salah or something. Like, this is when the Mr. Biggs start doing Ofe and Salah. Everybody knows that Mr. Biggs, while they were still here, if you're entering Mr. Biggs, is, meat pie, puff puff, jollof rice. Okay, then in Ibadan, they started giving amala and stuff. And I think they entered Lagos as well, When then by the time you now start thinking, oh, Ofe and Salah would be a good idea, let me add it. Like, who told you to add it? They have decided on the franchise. They have fixed the franchise. They have done the whole pattern that for all of Nigeria, this is how it's going to be. And I think that's why they crashed. Too many franchisees, being indisciplined, trying to add their own whatever. Don't add your own. The system is there. Apply it. If you don't like it, leave. Go and start your own. Then, Mr. Bams. Oh, crap. Okay, it's 41 minutes. Okay, let me end here quickly. So, preparing for learning to stay productive. Okay. I've already told you that when I hear people talking like this, it gets me worried. Honestly speaking, Mr. Bams, whenever I hear people talking like this, usually they have learned enough. They have learned enough to take the next step. They're just afraid that, oh, maybe there's something else I still don't know. And the thing is, you're correct. There is always something else that we do not know. But if you wait until you know absolutely everything, you will never start. My brother, Mr. Bams. I'm telling you. In fact, the quarrel that I had with that lady who wanted to open the jewelry store, that I now apologize to her, was the same thing. Okay, we've been talking since August last year. Jewelry. I told you, okay, do this. Oh no, I need to learn this. I need to do this. I need to do this. Okay, no problem. August of last year. September has reached you. August to September. Is that not almost 1 year? August, September, October, November, December. I think it's even 1 year and 1 month. You still have to learn this. You still have to learn that. I said, look, my sister, the thing is very, very simple. They sell some gems in Kano. You're already serving close to Kano. With the savings you have, can you pick up a couple of gems and let's see how we can start selling? Bams. You have learned enough that you need just for the next step. The next step that you make tomorrow, you know enough. The problem is you're waiting until you will know that, okay, if I move tomorrow and something comes up, what will I do next tomorrow and the day after that? Relax. It is okay. We know enough for tomorrow or for next week. No problem. Let's start. Small. Learning is not the main thing. You said it. Productive. Preparing for learning to stay productive. Okay, good. When we talk about productive means you are producing something. Producing means that you've already done something. So, it's not just the learning. The one that you've learned, apply it. Applying is the main thing. That's why those of you who ask me that, why do I answer questions for free? I answer questions for free because information is free. Even if I don't tell you for free, the AI tools will tell you for free. So application is what you pay for. Yeah, I answer questions for free. But you want us to apply to move things forward, then pay me. You don't want to pay me. And the podcast episode is done. I'll continue to listen. Oh, you want me to answer another free question for you? Nah, I won't do that. I already answered like 3 or 4. And also made a podcast episode for you. So, yeah, go solve the issue by yourself. So, information is free. By the way, I'm not talking about Bamishai. I'm talking about other people because there are some people who have that kind of attitude. So, information is free. With me, the application is what you pay for. So, applying, my brother, is the main thing. Start applying. In fact, this is what I'll recommend to you, Mr. Bamishai. I suspect that you are currently learning a lot right now. You're trying to learn about sales. You're trying to learn about marketing. You're trying to learn about time management. You're trying to learn about personal leadership. My brother, you're trying to learn a lot. You're trying to learn too much. Reduce the scope of your learning. You're trying to learn too many things. Just learn the one now that will help you with revenue generating activities. That's all. So at the stage that you are right now, do you think learning about recruiting and people management is what you need to learn? So let's say you have a downline of four. Each of those downlines, they have their own downline of, five, six, six people, you know, and you're having problems with managing them. So because of that, the revenue know they flow as in sales are not coming in. Fantastic. Cut everything else out and then start learning about team dynamics, leadership. Well, learn all that one, sales management, all those things. Learn that one so that the money will start flowing. Then when you see that the money is flowing, the team is working well. Okay, good. You can continue learning. But for now, Mr. Bamishaye, I've been doing this for a while, and the habit I've seen, my guess is whenever people are talking like this, you already know enough for the next step. Just take the next step. The one that you apply it. Then the focus should always be revenue generating activities for now. Let the customer be flowing. Let's be seeing customers first. Let's be seeing money first. So when the bank account is making pim, and we're seeing money, our mind will be clear. Then your mind will calm down. Your body will stop feeling hot. You will now be able to think, okay, let me do this one next. Let me do that one next. So that's just the scope. So again, Mr. Bamishai, aka Bams, thanks for reaching out. If you'd like to reach out to me just like Bams did, the number to call, send a text message or a WhatsApp message is 080-6466-2140. So thank you very much for your time and attention. You want to be a part of the WhatsApp group, just let me know in the text message, and then you get the PDF summary, including the summary of this episode, and it'll be there. You won't pass 5 pages. You can read it in 3 to 5 minutes. What did we discuss about? Consigning BAMs. What are the key takeaways? Consigning BAMs. What are the key things that you need to do just in case you are like BAMs and you're in this situation? So, that's it. I will catch you all some other time.